Back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. I got him in the screen. I think my goal is to get him in here for more than 7 seconds because he does a great job at sneaking out. That's what he does. So welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a return customer, welcome back. So the deal is my husband sets this reel up and then you and I get to watch it together. I have no clue what we're going to watch. And I promise not to get too loud because you know I have a tendency to get loud. But I try not to. I try not to scream, but I can't help it. I'm scared of things at times. So let's get straight into today's show.
Physics question. Can I control which of these three masses is going to move if I only move the base of the structure? For example, can I make this one move, but not the other two?
Yes.
The answer is yes, and it depends on what frequency I move the base with. For example, if I move the base with a high frequency, I move the center mass and not the outer masses. If I move at a really low frequency, I move this outer mass, the heaviest one here, and the other two stay relatively stationary. If I go with an intermediate frequency, I drive this mass here on the end. And the reason for this is because each of these masses has a different resonant frequency. Even though they're all getting the same inputs here, they respond more if the input matches their resonant frequency. This is a fun little 3D print that demonstrates that.
You can put it back on when he come in.
Yeah, but then the people will see
It's
him.
okay.
No, because he's a hero.
No, listen.
Dígale que me entra. Dile que él canta como J Balvin, cántale.
Ese cuerpito que tú tienes, el traje de baño chiquitito te queda.
You can't take off the mask for like 2 seconds?
No, because villains will see him.
We're gonna see maybe 10 people. That's it.
Yeah, but maybe you're a villain.
No, I'm not.
Spidey! Spider-Man got to go that way.
No, because he's a friendly neighbor. Now he's crying. Está llorando. Why don't you hug him?
They don't want you guys in here.
Is there any way for him to show who he is?
Pero hay forma de enseñar quién es.
Ah, sí, hay forma.
This is epic.
Spider-Man.
This is great. And this is why he was like, I cannot unmask. First of all, Peter Parker would never unmask. And if I do it, everybody's going to see me. I am trying to sneak in. I am trying to sneak in character and embody who I am. And if you make me take off my mask, you're going to ruin the entire bit. You're going to ruin it. Okay? I like that. That's fun. Real fun.
You can put it back on.
Yeah, it's only 4 centimeters in size. But trust me, that is the most powerful 4 centimeters on planet Earth. Meet the pistol shrimp. Now, the first thing you'll notice about them is they have one little claw and one big claw. That's their strong hand. And they get their name because they can snap that big claw so hard that it creates a sound at 210 decibels, which is louder than a gun. Oh, and if you're underwater when that goes off, you could go deaf. So there's that. But this is where things get crazy. When they snap that claw, it also fires a bubble bullet out at over 60 miles an hour. And the inside of that bubble bullet can reach temperatures of over 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
What is the purpose of this?
How hot that is? That is 4 times hotter than lava. Better yet, that is nearly the temperature of the surface of the sun. Let that sink in. Not to mention, the snap also creates shock waves that will instantly send a creature right into a meeting with God. In other words, when this thing snaps, everything goes bye-bye. Wow, that sounds familiar.
You should have gone for the head.
And as always, follow for more facts.
So that has to be how he protects himself, you know, like a skunk with the scent, porcupines with their quails. That has to be how he defends himself against larger predators. I don't know. I wish they would have explained what was the purpose. That's my only thought that I could think of why he would be able to have such powers like that. I need to know how I can get one of those little guys and just put him on my hip. And then if I ever need him in the, you know, for like a weapon, pow, pow. But I guess it only works in the water, so it doesn't have the same effect here on land. But I had no clue. The pistol shrimp. Don't mess around with the pistol shrimp. He's not one to be messed with.
I ain't know. I said ass. But I thought
is that Lisa May on stage?
So I won't say that.
Well,
no more.
hell yeah, she right there.
I won't say that. So I'm gonna be like self-muting myself because you see me up here rapping the words like a real, you know what I'm saying? Like a real one. So if you feel the need to want to cuss, you can. I'm gonna try to follow by the rules, even though I'm in my 40s and nobody should be booking me, and I can't say what I want to say. I want to be political. I thought it was freedom of speech. Don't ever call me again. Don't do kid parties. Don't do kid parties. Grown ass man. Let go, bro.
I've got to say, I have definitely been here as a performer. Absolutely. Which is the main reason why I stopped doing colleges. Because it just became too difficult. It's not that I'm a filthy or extra blue with my content, but I do have some words sometimes that I throw in because I feel like it. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done plenty of corporate gigs, plenty. And I had a great time doing most of them. And in these situations, you're not, you're supposed to stay off and stay away from anything, as they call it, off color, which we're going to have to talk about that another day, too. In this case, it seems like it's a politician, and, they're asking for support of the fans that he has that might be interested in voting for. And I can understand maybe not wanting to have some of those lyrics or antics on your campaign or to be recorded for your campaign. And all of this kind of circles me back to the whole Ja Morant thing. Now, Ja Morant just got fined again, $75,000 for yet another gun gesture after a big shot. Maybe they should stop calling them shots then. Again, I understand why the NBA does not want that. I'm a Washington Wizards fan. We used to be the Bullets, but we changed our name for the same thing. On one hand, I kind of get it. He got in trouble for a gun charge. You don't want him out here banging on people. And NBA, tighten up. If you're going to fine him for doing it, at least ask the other ones to not do it. And let's be honest, some of these celebrations, they're not even natural no more. It's more like branding. Point is, we all got tough decisions to make in life. And sometimes you just got to choose your battles. So pick your battles. And don't celebrate that way when you pick your battle.
He couldn't even go by his old name, Titty Boy.
I ain't know. I said ass.
Is that Lisa May on stage?
So I won't say that.
Well,
no more.
hell yeah, she right there.
I won't say that. So
now, excuse me, because I do not have my glasses. And before you say, "Where are your glasses?" I just didn't want to put them on today. Okay, I just didn't want to put them on. Now, I have noticed this happen a lot with performers, whether it be comedians, whether it be artists like this, that for some reason, the person who books them does not realize the type of music that they perform, the type of comedy that they perform to their audience. And it's like, does the booker not know what they're doing? You should know that this person is going to cuss a lot, whether their jokes are just too raunchy. I mean, I have so many different examples to talk about, but in this case, he's like, y'all hired me and I am here, and this is exactly how I rap. I cannot rap these songs if I don't say the cuss words. What's the point of it? If you wanted someone G-rated, you should have got somebody from the pop circuit. Why did you get me? Why? Forever, I was like, is that 2 Chainz? I couldn't tell. I knew the voice, but like I told you, I was trying to squint. Why would you have him come up there if you didn't want him to produce his music? That's exactly why you bring him there. Now, if it's for a politician, right, why are these politicians trying to get people to come to their events and not realize the type of music or the comedy that they're going to push out there, and then they want to get upset. Oh, you're cussing too much. Those jokes are too racy. That's not how it works. Get somebody else. There's a bunch of people that you can get that just do G-rated, that don't have any type of, controversy in their rhymes, in their skits, any of that. So I blame the person who booked it. I blame the politician who said, I want them. It's like you can't have them and not have all of them. We've seen this several times. And then everybody kind of gives like, they lash back at it. They're upset. The audience is like, oh my gosh, why did you have so-and-so here? Well, apparently somebody thought you would like that. Somebody thought that it was going to bring in more votes or bring the ass to the seats, right? That's what they think is going to happen, but it always backfires, and I'm about over it. If I want to go see my favorite comedian, my favorite rapper, my favorite songwriter, it doesn't matter, my favorite entertainer, I want all of them. And if I go to a rally for a politician and that person's there, I'm expecting to get all of them. I'm an adult. But in a lot of these events, there's kids. So it's like, oh, no cussing. How about you don't bring your kids? How about that? Tell your kids to go home. Or do not hire the person that you want. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I could think of a list of things when people are upset. When Tony Hinchcliffe got hired for the huge performance there for, the president. Everybody was upset about what he said. When Meg Thee Stallion was hired for Kamala, when she was doing her huge presentation, people got upset. Why'd you hire her? The list goes on and goes on. Why did you hire so-and-so? They're raunchy. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that. Well, how about we all just realize we can't force these artists and these comedians and these rappers to be who they're not. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I can understand you could be offended and easily offended, but it doesn't work like that. They're just being who they are, and that's what we pay them for. Goodness.
I'm gonna be
3.
Ooh.
Holy cow, look at how much venom just came out of that fish. This animal has the ability to fire its venom into the wound created by its spine. I'm about to get stung by a stonefish, the most toxic fish in the world. A sting so painful that its victims experience shock that can lead to death. And let's do another one. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that is what would be inside of
That'd
your
be so
foot
painful.
if you were to step on a stonefish.
Could you imagine?
Now it's time for me
no.
to test this life-threatening sting.
No,
this
baby.
should be just extraordinarily painful for me and hopefully very educational for you. This is going to likely be the worst sting that I ever take. 1, 2, 3.
Man, why would you do that? Oh.
Right there is where the spine went in. God. Immediate fire.
No, I bet.
Spreading up my fingers. I can already feel it with these 3. This is borderline unbearable. It's like a different magnitude of pain. It is like throbby, achy. It's making me nervous. Drew a little bit of blood. Oh, and it is hot. It's like closing my hand is becoming hard. Every bit as painful as
all I can think of is who's gonna pee on his hand? Who's gonna do it?
advertised.
Does it work like that? Is it the same? Probably not.
3.
Wow. My husband did good today. Nice little variety, some science mixed with, a little pop culture. He did good. I'm proud of him. I never know what we're going to watch until we watch it together. I have absolutely no clue. But I do know that he enjoys putting these reels together. He sits here for hours and puts this stuff together. And I just appreciate him so much because I don't have to do it. And then you and I get to watch it together. And all I have to do is react. I honestly have the easiest job here. I don't have to spend any time with the editing. It's all him. And you and I get to watch great things together. And I want to let you know, in his mind, it gets deep. So there's going to be a variety of things that we watch together. Sometimes you're going to be like, oh my gosh. The one part I'll tell you is he has saved us both, which I do like at times, but the 10-minute videos. He will send me, I've told you guys this before, he'll send me a 10-minute video and I will find myself clicking out of it 4 times until I'm like, you need to retain this information. He sent it to you for a reason, and I will force myself to watch it. Do I always learn something? Absolutely. Does it all stay in the bank? No, not so much. And then he's like, I told you that already. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm trying to be better, okay? I'm trying to be better. We've been together forever, and still I try to be better. I try to be a better communicator. I try to be a better listener, all of that. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. It's been fun. There's going to be plenty more because your girl is working today, okay? I had a major upload in the AI world, and we are going to keep pushing it forward. Until next time, peace out.